very good morning to all our viewers and welcome back to another episode of Flex, where we flex your mind and body. Yes, of course, my name is Philippus Joseph, and in today's episode, we are going to be talking all things rifle, or rather precision rifle shooting. I am joined today by none other than Francois Marais Jr. I almost butchered your name right there. Thank you for coming out today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, let's talk about how you basically got into the sport, because by the looks of it, it's a sport that's not quite familiar to a lot of Namibians.
Yeah, it's still a growing sport within Namibia. Same on the world circuit. We had, with the closing ceremony, the president of the United States Federation said he's glad to see the growing in the sport because they held the first world championship 2 years ago in Europe. So the growing of the sport is still getting there, I think, and I think there's sky's the limit at this stage of it. We are busy not just on the Precision Rifle Shooting Federation, but on the national sports or the Namibian Sports Shooting Federation. We are busy with the development to get the sport within the country. So I think there's a lot of development still ahead of us.
But let's talk about what got you rather into the sport. You know, at what age did it start? You know, where did you decide you would rather take it as?
Yeah, as serious. Well, to be dead honest with you, I've been shooting my whole life. It probably started with my father as my role model. I've been doing archery from the age of 5-6 years old. I did archery. My initial sport when we came to Windhoek, we are from the south. When we came to Windhoek, I did archery. In 2006, I went to Australia and I won the World Junior Field Archery Championship. And then obviously getting older, doing my own thing, I did rifle shooting, or started rifle shooting as well. And that includes veldskiet or hunting rifle, which we did in June. We had the World Championship in Namibia. I did and am doing sports pistol shooting. I'm doing now precision rifle shooting. I've been doing for the last 3-4 years competitively. Qualified for the Namibian team, and that's where we ended up going to the World Championship. So I think it's kind of born into me to do anything with a shooting sport. So yeah.
I mean, but let's talk about the switch. I mean, how was it like switching from archery to rifle shooting?
It's not really a switch because I still do archery as well. So I'm a competitive person. If I set my mind to it, I do it right or I just leave it. So in all my previous shooting sports, like I said, I do it competitively and I try to do it right. With the right equipment, which is not always that easy because the equipment is sometimes very expensive, but we manage it somehow. So with the help and the support of my friends and family and my wife especially. So
yeah. But let's talk about the sport itself, the different categories. Let's say, for instance, for some of our viewers, they do not understand the sport that well. If you could just explain it sort of like in a nutshell.
Yeah, the precision rifle that we did now in America is exactly what it is. It's a precision rifle shooting. So we shoot at distances starting from 330 to 50 meters, and we go up to about 1,200 meters sometimes. The average distance for this competition, I would say, was about 500-600 meters. But obviously the environmental factors like wind and heat plays a big role. But yeah, you can
Zoe Karsten, die aanbieder van Blitsfokus. Jy kan Blitsfokus kyk elke Woensdag op DStv kanaal 285 of GoTV kanaal 25. En onthou, jy kan ook Blitsfokus kyk op oneup2.com.
It's a little bit different because you're allowed to have your equipment that you use helps you a little bit more because you have like bipods. I don't know if the viewers know what a bipod is. It's feet that you rest your rifle on. You have like a sandbag which you're allowed to use on any of the props. So we call it props. So it's like, for instance, they give you this table and you need to shoot at 5 different targets, 2 shots each, different distances, different directions, and that all within 90 or 105 seconds for 10 shots. So it's focusing and it's doing it right, quick and fast. So, yeah.
But if because I mean you mentioned, or if we have to look at a word, precision. So it really takes a lot of mental fortitude for you to be, or for you to excel in this sport. But if speaking of preparation, you know, what type of training do you guys go through and how many hours do you spend?
We did now, we had obviously a few competitions this year, and from the previous World Championships, all did add up to a ranking for the team. But we tried to do every Tuesday, we had a physical or practical shooting practice session. So we went and we shot about between 20 and 40 shots depending on how much you wanted to shoot. Obviously we needed to, I needed to preserve my barrels, my rifle's barrel, because obviously we needed it for that side. I didn't have a practice rifle at that stage, or I still don't have one, but that's in the future plans. But for me, mental preparation is almost a bigger thing. And when we started the first day of shooting, which was the Saturday, and on that side, it was quite an overwhelming feeling with all the competitors, with the amount of people. Obviously, a lot of the competition was bigger that side. I mean, there was 267 or 68 competitors in total, so it's big.
It's a big number.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. So for us from Namibia, we're not used to that amount of people. So physically, the mental side is for me at this stage the bigger challenge, or was the bigger challenge. But with all the competitions and previous competitions I do and international participation, I think that counted in my favor a lot. Even though it was different kind of competitions. But yeah, you still need to do physical competition. So what I did a bit at home was what we call dry fire practicing. So that's completely a clear and safe rifle, kind of use props, for instance a bench or some drums, empty fuel drums or water drums that we've set up, and just you have a timer, so you get a delay, you put on the timer, you go in, it counts down to 90 seconds. So just go through a routine in practicing and shooting a bit.
Well, viewers, you definitely heard that from Francois. So for now, we are going for a quick ad break, and when we get back, we will still be discussing with Francois as to his rather rifle shooting career. So do stick around, and we'll see you right after the break.
This is Africa. Good morning.
My name is Aina Raizakaya alongside Diana Mustard.
In the ANC conference in December. So starting off with the cycling.
Africa, good morning. Do have a lovely...
Minister Monica Mchangwa has said that
with the soccer, the English Premier League continued, the biggest game being...
On that note, it is all our love, all our light.
Welcome back, viewers. As I said, we are still joined here by Francois. You know, rather just discussed a few things and just give us a bit or a taste about the sport itself. But just tell us, I mean, you said you looked up to your father growing up. So in instances like this, I mean, being at your age right now, do you guys still compete in certain stages, and what's that like?
We do. It's kind of a father-son competition between us the whole time. He doesn't do the practical, the precision rifle shooting with me, but on the other side, the hunting rifle, he doesn't. Sometimes if he wins me, I definitely know about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we do the competition, the father-son competition.
But for, let's say, if you have to put the sport aside, what type of person are you at home? Like, you know, are you family orientated?
Yeah, I am family orientated. I have 3 little girls, which is my whole world at this stage. So everything I do for them.
Sure.
So everybody that knows knows me knows I'm very calm and collected, sit back. I'm not I mean, I think that helps me with my sport shooting, which I don't show, not fear of competition, but I can't find the right English word now. But
much emotion?
No, I don't show emotion on the field. So I'm focused on what I do then, but like I say, I'm cool and calm. So I don't get on my nerves don't bother me a lot. Not really.
Yeah, I mean, for people like me, I think I've maybe only held a rifle like twice in my life or 3 times. I've done hunting once, but I was really bad. So for someone who has to like embark on that journey, let's just say to do it for the fun of it, like what sort of advice you would give them just to get like an accurate?
Well, the first thing you need to do, and I think, is to join somewhere. Know what you're getting yourself into. Get good. Try and get good at what you want to do. There's always there are some clubs at like Okanya Shooters Club, which hosts quite a few open days for the different type of sport shootings, and they use 22 cal rifles, so it's a bit cheaper. We had a nice outcome the other day when we had like an open day for the hunting rifle. So I think you must check them out on Facebook, all the people, and look at that, see what's available, see what's there to do, and get together and come together and join in on the fun, because it's fun. It's nice.
Definitely must be.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone like you have, I mean, over the years you've developed a good track record for yourself. But this is one question I want to know: does it depend on the shooter or the gun?
The equipment plays a role, but I always say the connection to the ground. So the guy handling the firearm, the rifle, needs to know what he's doing in a safe, appropriate manner. So you need to have a little bit of skill and a lot of luck sometimes, but otherwise a lot of skill and some luck.
Yeah, good.
Hi friends!
There are obviously a lot of factors that come into play, like the wind and everything else.
Yeah, and the products, the quality of products we sometimes get over here. There's a lot of people doing effort to get us the sport shooters in Namibia the product to use and be able to participate. But sometimes we feel the stuff that gets sent to us aren't always the good quality. But I don't, that's what some people said, but after this World Championship, I mean, there's nothing keeping the Namibians back. We showed them that we came second out of 22 or 23 countries. So I think we can be proud of ourselves.
Yeah, true. I mean, that on its own, it's quite a remarkable achievement. I mean, the fact that the sport is still growing in our country. But speaking of rifles and just a few of the challenges that you've just spoke about now, just take us through some of the things that you guys have maybe faced that have maybe thrown you back.
Yeah, obviously the legal side of it, getting everything in order, like with now flying over to there was no issue at all. We got our permits from America, ATF permits. Namibian police helped us quick, and that was nice. I mean, we waited a week for a temporary export permit, so thumbs up to them. Flying there, no issue. Getting into the country, no issue. Coming back was a bit of a headache because our firearms came back, but the ammunition, which was not checked in luggage, was somehow an issue for the airline. And we had a fight and a struggle and a conversation going back and forth from Friday evening when we landed up till, I think we collected the bags on yesterday, which was Sunday, about 2 o'clock when the flight landed. So that was not a nice experience, but they helped us and we got our stuff back. So yeah, I mean, it's always the legal side of it. All the stuff needs to be regulated and licensed, but we do it the right way and we according to that, yeah.
But let's speak of your dream country or future plans ahead. I mean, if you have to look, let's say 5 years from now, where do you see yourself in the sport?
Hopefully still actively participating myself, but helping others, for instance my small ones. Well, the smallest one not yet, but my eldest daughter is now 5, so I think I want to get her ready and into the thing in the next 2 years so she can start competing with us. That's the plan. Obviously being a role model to future and young shooters, getting the younger generation into it, because that's where the future lies.
Yeah,
so
true.
That's the plan. So there's a bit of a gap because I'm still young myself. I'm 33 years old now, so I still have about another 15 years of that I can compete on a good level, I think. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Take it from there and help the next generation.
I mean, I must say the most impressive thing I like about the sport itself is that it has no age limit.
Yeah.
It's not like the other demanding sports where you have to start from a certain age and finish like at the age of 35 or so.
That's
But yeah,
interesting.
so basically our show has this tradition where our previous guests always pass on a challenge to our next guest. So our previous guest said that they wanted our next guest to do a wall sit for 20 minutes, but we're like, no, would be nice. So the challenge can only be less or between 30 and 60 seconds. So this time around, I hope you are ready to do a wall sit for about 30 seconds.
You can do it. You're gonna do it with me.
Definitely, for moral support.
Yeah.
So viewers, do stay tuned and we'll see you right after the break.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Yes, welcome back, viewers. Like I said, we are still going forth with the Flex Challenge. Like I said, our previous guest, which was Abreu Ferreira, decided to pass on the challenge to our next guest for today, Francois. And that exercise is, or rather workout is, 30-second wall sit rather. So I hope you are ready. I know it's a bit of a surprise, but that's what we like to do. So yeah, keep the body active at times. So are you ready?
Yeah.
So we can just position ourselves here for about 30 seconds. So in 3, 2, 1. Okay. To be honest, I haven't done this in a while. So.
No, me neither.
So
I think the last time I did a squat was like 200 in a bio gym session. I think after that I was done with it.
200?
Yeah.
Was that like in a single hour?
Yeah, all one movement. Like the guy, we did like core stability. And after that I was like, I'm done with you.
I feel like we can even do this for a minute.
Yeah, we could. We could.
I can literally feel my legs shaking. I mean, you look very comfortable.
Yeah, muscles.
There we go. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of the Flex Challenge. So, Francois, do you have any challenge in mind for our next guest?
Yeah, while we're doing the core stability, I think the next challenge will be a plank for a minute.
Plank for a minute?
Yeah.
Well,
60
guys,
seconds.
60 seconds. Viewers, you heard that. That is a 1 minute plank for our next guest. Like I said, thank you, Francois, for coming out today. Really appreciate it. It was really nice to know much about rifle shooting. Hopefully, if I get into the field and do hunting again, maybe I can improve with your advice.
Please join us.
Yeah.
And for all the guests watching, please do the effort and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, the whole social media, and see where you can get involved.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you hear that, guys. But that brings us to the end of today's show, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and do enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you.